explaining the new topic, that is fall through property in switch case. Students, we know in switch case break statement is used to terminate the switch block. Means break statement will transfer the controls from outside the switch block. Okay, so think about it. If there is no break statement between the two cases, there is no break statement between two cases, then what will happen? Okay, on this drawback, in absence of break statement between two case statement, this fall through property is dependent. Okay, so see the definition. Fall through. If break is not specified after each case, then Java will start executing the statements from matching case and keep on executing. Java will start the executing of the statement from the matching case and keep on executing statements for following subsequent cases as well, until either a break statement is found, the statement of the cases continues the execution of the statements will be continuously execution until either a break statement is found or end of switch will be encountered. Either break statement is found or switch statements end is encountered. If the control flows to the next case below matching case in the absence of break, this is called fall through. Okay, this is the definition of fall through. I am giving one example. It will clear your mind. Okay, student. I am giving you one example. See, switch and case 1 system.out.print 1. Case 2 system.out.print 2. Case 3 system.out.print 3. And now break. In case 4, print 4. Case 5, print 5 default wrong. This is one of the code of switch statement. Okay, so first time I am giving the value of n equal to 1. Okay, value of n is 1. So student, the value of n is 1. We put the n in switch. Therefore, the value of switch expression will be 1. Therefore, case 1 will be executed. When the switch expression's value is 1, it merged with the case 1 and case 1 will be executed. Okay, see, there is no break statement between case 1 and case 2 and case 3. Okay, in between case 3 and case 4 there is a break statement. Okay, when n equal to 1, when we put n equal to 1, see what will happen. The value of switch expression will be 1. Therefore, case 1 will be executed. Inside the case 1, one statement is there. System.out.print 1. Therefore, this will be printed on screen. After printing this, there is no break statement. Therefore, the control continuously executing the next case, that is case 2, and inside the case 2, system.out.print 2 is retained. So 2 will be printed in the same line because the print statement is here, and there is no break statement after in the end of the case 2. So the control will continuously execute next case, that is case 3. In case 3, system.out.print 3 is there, so 3 will be printed. 3 will be printed, and here break statement is here. The break statement is found. The break statement will transfer the control outside the switch. So if n equal to 1, your output will be 1, 2 and 3. Why it is? Because when n equal to 1, the value of switch is also 1. Case 1 will be executed. Case 1 will be printed. There is no break statement. So control falls to the next case, that is case number 2. And execution of case number 2 is 2. So 2 will be printed. Again, in absence of break statement, control falls to case number 3. And this statement will be executed. Therefore, it is 3, 3, 3. And here the break is here. Break is found. Therefore, this break will transfer the control outside the switch block. Now, in question number 2, if we will put n equal to 4, what happened? N equal to 4, we put n in switch. Therefore, the value of the switch expression is 4. This time, case number 4 will be executed. In the case number 4, there is system.out.print 4. So 4 will be printed. Okay. There is no break statement, therefore control falls to case number 5. Control fall to case number 5, and case number 5, system.out.print 5 is given. So 5 will be printed. 5 will be printed. Again, there is no break statement between case 5 and default. So therefore control falls to default statement, and default will be printed. That is wrong. And after printing this is the end of switch will be encountered. End of switch will encountered. Therefore, control transfer to outside the switch. So, student, in absence of break statement, the control falls to the next case, and this falling is called the fall through property. This falling of execution from one case to another case is called fall through property. Understand, Mr. Adit?
Yes, sir.
Good, very good. Okay, so student, I am now explaining one question, one program using fall through property. Okay, this is question number 27. 27 is write a program to input principal and time. We have to input only two things, that is principal and time. Consider the rate. This is rate. Consider the rate as per given table. Consider the rate as per given table, and table is here. If time is up to 5 years, means if time is 1 year or 2 year or 3 year or 4 year or 5 year, for time up to 5 years, your rate will be 5% per annum.
Yes, sir.
If your time is 6 to 10 year, 6 to 10 year means 6 year, 7 year, 8 year, 9 year or 10 year, your rate will be 7% per annum. If time is 10 to 15 year, your rate will be 10% per year. And if your time will be above 15 years, your rate is 15% per annum. So we have to input principal and time. From this table we will get the rate, and we have to calculate SI, that is simple interest and amount. Okay student, I hope you have understand the question. Now I am giving you the solution. Student, so this is your question number 27. Question I have explained. So to find simple interest, we need principal, rate and time. Principal, rate and time, and we have to input principal and time, and rate we will find using switch statement. Okay, that is depend upon the time. Now First of all, we will take import statement. Import space java.util.scanner. Class interest, method to calculate SIN amount. We have to calculate simple interest and amount. Void display. We will create scanner object. Scanner SCR equal to new scanner system.in. We will input enter principal and time. The principal will be stored in P and the time will be stored in T. Both are integer. We take a variable. We declare a variable R to input store rate of interest. We declare a variable SI to store simple interest and AMT to store amount. Okay, now suppose we input P equal to 1000 and time equal to 3. Time equal to 3. So student, if our time will be 3, then what should be our rate of interest? Our rate of interest should be 5%. It is given in the question. For the first 5 years, rate of interest will be 5% per annum. Okay, let's see. This question will give 5% or not. So we have entered P equal to 1000, T equal to 3. We put T in switch. So value of T is 3. Therefore, the value of switch expression is also 3. So value of switch is 3. Therefore, case number 3 will be matched with the switch expression. So case number 3 will execute. There is no statement in case number 3 and there is no break statement also. Therefore, the control will false from case number 3 to case number 4. There is no statement in case number 4 also and no break statement also. Therefore, the control will fall from case 4 to case 5. In case 5, R is equal to 5. R equal to 5. R equal to 5 and break. The break will transfer the control from outside switch. Here. Here. Come here. Focus it here, Mr. Adit. SI equal to P into R into T by 100. Student, we have principal 1000. We have rate 5%. Okay. And we have time, that is 3. So we can calculate simple interest by using the formula PRT by 100 and amount equal to P plus SI, and we will print the simple interest and amount in this way. Let's take some other example. Suppose P equal to 10,000 and time equal to 9 years. Time is equal to 9 years. Student, for 9 years, our rate of interest should be 7% per annum. It is given in the question. If the time is 6 to 10 years, rate of interest will be 7%. Let's see. Student, T equal to 9, we put T in switch. Therefore, the value of switch expression will be 9. Therefore, case 9 will be executed. Case 9 will be executed. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Case 9 will be executed. In case 9, there is no statement.
No, sir.
No break statement.
No, sir.
Therefore, the control falls to case number 10. And in case number 10, R is given R equal to 7. Therefore, the value of R is considered initialized by 7. And the break statement will transfer the control from outside switch block here. So, when our control comes in this part, we have principal, we have time and we have rate. All the 3 values we have, so we can calculate simple interest and amount, and we will print both the things. Okay. For one more example. Suppose principal equal to 10,000. Time is equal to 20 years. Time is equal to
20 years.
So above 15 years, rate of interest will be 15% per annum. Rate of interest will be 15% per annum. So let's check this arrangement will give 15% rate or not. So student, time equal to T equal to 20. Therefore the switch expression, the value of switch expression will be 20. Okay. Therefore the switch will search the case number 20 and case number 20 is not present here. Case number 20 is not here. So student, when no case constant will match with switch expression and that and such cases and that cases and that condition, when no case constant will match with the switch expression, in that case the default will execute. In that case the default will execute. So case number 20 is not here. So default will execute. Default is in default the R is equal to 15 and end of switch will transfer the control from outside switch. So we are here now. SI equal to P into R into T. We have all the three values P, T and R. So we can calculate SI. We can calculate amount using the formula. Now SI equal to SI, amount equal to AMT. Okay student. So this is the program we have solved using fall through. Student, I will send some more question in your WhatsApp. You have to solve these all questions. Okay. In my next video, I will start a new topic, that is ternary operator. In my next video, not in this video only, I am starting a new chapter, that is ternary operator.
Sir, only one program.
I will send some more question that you have to solve yourself. Ternary operator. Ternary operator. Student, if you have remembered, there are three types of operators on the basis of number of operands. If the number of operands is 1, the operator is unary operator. If the number of operand is 2, the operator is binary operator. If the number of operator is 3, operator is called
Ternary operator.
Okay. So, operator which acts on 3 operand is called as ternary operator. Student, this is the symbol of ternary operator. Not of interrogation and colon. Syntax. Operator which acts on 3 operand is called ternary operator. Syntax. Expression 1, not of interrogation, expression 2 and expression 3. This is the syntax. Students, see, this is operand 1, this is operand 2 and this is operand 3. Therefore, this operator, that is ternary operator, will act on 1, 2 and 3. 3 operand. That's why it is called
Ternary operator.
Okay. In this syntax, student, expression 1 acts as a condition. Acts as a condition, or you can say test expression. Test expression is also called as condition. Expression 1 act as test expression. Expression 2 act as true statement. True statement. True statement. And expression 3 act as false statement. False statement. Okay. So we know, student, test expression gives two results, either true or false. If the test expression gives true, this expression 2 will be executed because this is a true statement. So true statement will execute when the expression 1 gives true. If the expression 1 evaluates to false, if the expression 1 evaluates to false, therefore the false statement, that is expression number 3, will be executed. This is the execution of a ternary operator. Now I am giving you an example using a program. Program is very easy program. We will solve. That is the program number
28.
28.
Yes, sir.
No, program number 28 is not. I will send some more questions
Yes.
fall through. So program number 27 is calculating simple interest. Program number 28, 29 and 30, I will send 3 questions using fall through. Okay, I will send 3 questions or 2 questions I will send using fall through. So 28, 29 30. This is the program number
31.
Okay. And question is, write a program to input two numbers and display largest number using ternary operator. Okay. So input two numbers. Pause कर सकती है. Okay. Now question number 31 is, write a program to input two number and display the largest number using ternary operator. Student, this program we have already solved using if else. So now using ternary operator we will find the largest amongst two. So for that we will input two number, enter two number, one is stored in A and one is stored in B. See, using ternary operator here we are finding the largest. Our condition is A greater than B. Suppose the value of A is 10 and value of B is 7. Okay. So given L is equal to A greater than B means 10 greater than 7. So for the value A equal to 10 and B equal to 7, this condition is true or false?
True.
True. For this condition A greater than B, for this value A equal to 10 and B equal to 7, this condition is true. So when the condition evaluates to true, the first statement will be executed because the first statement is the true statement. Therefore A will be executed and stored in L. Therefore L will store 10 because 10 is the largest number and largest number equal to L. Therefore this way the largest number will be printed. Now if we will change the value. Now A equal to 10 and B equal to say 7. So for this L equal to A greater than B. L equal to A greater than B, and this condition is false because the value of A is not greater than B.
Yes.
So this value is now false. Therefore the false statement, that is B, will be executed and we will store in variable L. Therefore variable L will store 17. This way we will find the largest among two numbers. Okay. Now the next question is, write a program to input three number and display largest number using ternary operator.
Program number 32, sir.
Program number 32. Largest among three numbers. Okay. Enter three number in A equal to SCR dot next int B equal to SCR dot next int C equal to SCR dot next int. Okay, student, we have entered three numbers A, B and C. We have entered three numbers A, B and C. Now int L1 equal to A greater than B, dot of interrogation A and B. Okay. Int L equal to L1 greater than C, L1 and C. See, we have three numbers A, B and C. In the first line of ternary operator, we are comparing A greater than B. Suppose the value of A is 10, value of B is 7 and value of C is 9. Value of A is 10, value of B is 7, value of C is 9. So in the first expression A greater than B, for this value the condition is true because the value of A is greater than value of B. So condition is true. When the condition evaluates to true, the first statement will be executed. Therefore, L1 will store A. So when we are comparing A and B, the largest is stored in L1. Largest among A and B is stored in L1. Again we are comparing L1. The L1 stored 10. Largest is 10. L1 greater than C. We are comparing L1 and C. See, the value of L1 is 10 and value of C is 9. Therefore, this condition is also true. Therefore, L1 will be executed and L1 will be stored in L. So, we will compare L1 and C, and the largest among L1 and C will store in variable L. This way, the variable L will store the largest among A, B and C. So, this, when we print the L, the largest number will be printed. Okay. So, this way we can find the largest among three numbers. Now, question number 33. Write a program to input 4 numbers and display largest using ternary operator. Enter 4 number, int A, int B, int C, int D equal to SCR dot next int. Now, int L1 equal to A greater than B, A, B. Int L2 equal to C greater than B, C and B. Int L equal to L1 greater than L2, L1 and L2. Largest number equal to plus L. Largest number equal to plus L. We have entered 4 number A, B, C and D. Okay. A, B, C and D. We have entered 4 number. In the first line L1. L1 equal to A greater than B, A and B. Means L1 will store the largest among A and B. The largest between A and B will store in variable L1. Okay. In the second line L2 equal to C greater than D, C and D. The largest among C and D will stored in variable L2. In the third line int L equal to L1 greater than L2 means the largest among L1 and L2 is stored in variable L. So this way the variable L will store the largest number amongst 4 different numbers A, B, C and D. Which one is larger? That is stored in variable L, and we will print the variable L. So student, this way we will find the largest among 4 numbers. So if you will find, if my question is find the smallest among 4, then only you need to change the sign. If you will change the sign L1 equal to A less than B, so you can find the smallest number. Okay student, so I am sending some more questions using ternary operator. You solve it. Okay, in my next video I will start the new topic, new chapter, that is loop. Okay student, thank you, bye bye.